Hello everybody, this is Hayes here. Just doing a little bit of skydiving to bring us into my next cast. Whoosh! Oh, brought to a delicate stop. There we go. Alright, so in this cast I'll be showing you how to make the double piston necessary for making hidden staircases like that. Right here we have the Pit of Death, so I'll show this to you. It's actually weird. Pretty much the entire outline of this room, sans the floor, was already here in stone. I just made it into sandstone, but it was oddly like geometrically formed. Very creepy down there. Very creepy down there. Oh, whoosh, coming back up. All right, so I'll get around to showing you the actual project now. It's really not that difficult. It took me a while because I don't know why it just never clicked with me. The like little mistake I was making. This is a Project Magical fucking Park. So you can see it as an all gravel pathway. It's kind of necessary for keeping something hidden like this. In any case, it has to be either you need sand or gravel, something that's affected by gravity for this trap to work, or this mechanism. So what you do is under here we have a hidden switch as usual. Have a lot of those. And you press that switch, there it is, doorway appears. The gravel that was part of the path falls down 2, and this regular grass here falls down 1. So the mechanism by which this works is we have the lever right here tied down to a NOT gate at this point, an inverter, just one redstone light. So that normally there's no signal being output. This is my orientation at least. There's other permutations you can make with redstone if you're feeling more adventurous. This is just my personal final model. This leads to another inverter over here, and that inverter right here leads to this lamp right here. And what this lamp does is this is the control power for this block here. In these tight spaces, it's actually very difficult sometimes to get the redstone torches to line up with the proper pistons. Sometimes you can't help but place them in a position where it makes both pistons go on when you only need one on, or throws the timing off. And timing is very important in this one. Timing is very, very important in this mechanism. Because you see, the way it works actually is that this gravel here, this is just sitting there, there's no piston beneath it. There's this piston here, and this controls the grass. That only has to go down 1. It's a sticky piston. It's very simple. This right here is just a regular piston. Because actually, sticky pistons can't pull a sticky piston, and also the thing that is attached to that second sticky piston. Like, it'll grab the piston, pull it back, and just leave the other block where it is. So that's why we have to use something that is affected by gravity to bring it down. What actually happens is that this part, this is one of the other places that the NOT gate leads, goes over this way and ties into the bottom piston. This is a sticky piston because this one is going to grab onto that one. I'll demonstrate how the mechanism works in just a second. And what happens is it pushes this one up, and then this light goes on. Well, actually, the light goes on first, but it pushes this thing up, and that light goes on. And what happens is that when that light goes on, this thing is already up there, or it's being pushed into position there. A lot of my big problem that I was having when I was making this thing was that I had originally put the light. There was a redstone block here where these leaves are, and there's another redstone torch coming off of there. And I was having a lot of difficulty actually because it would kept essentially activating this thing too soon. So I figured it out that the whole structure, there's this bottom one, there's this top one. The bottom one's sticky piston, top one's regular piston, and then two spaces on top of the regular piston is where you have the torch like on the side. like to give you a, just take this for an example. See, the light is there. That's the top piston. All right. So what you need to do is you need to have it so that this has almost no delay in it. Like this line right here that controls the whether or not that light goes on, that has to activate first no matter what in the switch. It's especially important for retracting that piston because a sticky piston cannot retract a fully extended piston. It doesn't work. So what you have to do is make it so that this thing retracts first, and then this thing retracts so that it can actually pull that down, and this just falls on top of it. So that's why you have it. This one, as you see, is it has two diodes. This one is just a regular, like, minimal setting one to account for the minimal setting one I put over there, and I have it set to 4 ticks behind, like fully extended diode on top of that behind, and that's the proper timing to make sure the mechanism works right. So from underground, I'll show you what it looks like when it activates. See, you have this light up here, and it just bleeds into turning that on right there. This isn't fully extended to there, because otherwise when it was in this zone it would still be turned on. It was probably very confusing. You can probably disregard it, but that was plaguing me as an issue. But see, and that is how it works from below. My little guard shaft is actually just kind of a modified version of this. I had to move a lot of the circuitry around because I had to kind of hide it on that little tiny island. But this is a really interesting circuit, I have to say. I like it a lot. I love the sand idea originally, and I just think this is also a good purpose for it. So, alright guys, stick around. I'll be doing a couple more tutorials on interesting redstone mechanisms for you. Alright, bye.